Pardon me all to goodness for interrupting your dinner. Welcome to the Eclectic Thrifter and Crafter, where we thrift and craft with purpose. It's Tea Tuesday. Or in my world, Crafty Tuesday. Well, as I wind this big project up and start projects for the craft fairs for this coming season, I thought I'd walk you through the workspace again. I tried to make use of as much space as possible, even the wall space. This countertop is just a sheet of that long countertop for mica you can get at the hardware store, and 3 of the least expensive bathroom cabinets you can find. Try the Restore first. The 4 shipping boxes you see on the left-hand side are thrifts I'm preparing to film today. It takes me a while, as I've shared before, to collect enough for a thrifting film. Thrifting is getting expensive and quite thin where I live. That sewing table was going to be donated, and I was given an option to take it, and I took that option. I'm happy I did. Other than the chair, the computer, and the television, and of course the aquariums, everything else is pretty much thrifted. I love thrifting. I loved thrifting with my mother. We called it junking, and it was so much fun. Some of the happiest memories. We're going to St. Vincent's with my mother. We knew everybody there. The lady who was there when I was growing up, she finally passed away. I think she had turned 95, and she was still working up until when she passed away. Her name was Minnie. She watched me grow up, and she watched my children grow up. I redid the fish tank because the little silk flowers were holding algae, and those are all thrifted things other than the fish. These are the most playful fish I've ever had. I lost a fish a couple weeks ago, and I bought a couple of friends, and it turns out they're 2 little girls, and they zoom around the tank and jump in the water. I use that little powder box as their fish food box. That Hagen Reiniger is one of my first thrifts before I started doing eBay. I do enjoy projects and love making use of things that I make. When I need something, I try to make it first. Those Reader's Digest books are all our DVDs. The spoons, I don't collect spoons. That's just a piece of artwork. Those are just spoons that I thought were attractive, and eventually I'll fill up the whole rack. The bottom one you really can't see, so I might end there. There's my delightful Kokeshi dolls. That's my son and his little family, Masako, Shion, and Toa. They're in Japan right now, visiting their grandparents. My little shelf. I've sold several things off the shelf, and this is my keeper shelf now. There's the little stove. I replaced the one that I had to sell years ago that was my mother's, so I'm very happy about that. This shelf is a recycled DVD shelf. The larger shelves I made myself. I'll put a link in the description below for upcycling the Reader's Digest to make DVD cases. Some things you're seeing are thrifts that I have not shared with you yet. This is the storage room off of the family room, and it's where we store all the Christmas stuff. This bin is for yard sale. My advice if you do eBay is never purchase anything you cannot sell at a yard sale and either double your money or get your money back. I'm going to be doing a yard sale at the end of August, and I'll share that with you. These 2 boxes we're getting ready to list. We list 1 item a day, so we pull things out 7 at a time. That's for yard sale. This side is, that's Christmas in July that never happened, and I do apologize. Things got very busy. I ended up with company, and visiting with my brother took precedence over Christmas in July. This is a thrift getting ready to be put together for you. As you know, thrifting is getting very thin. Things are getting very expensive, so it takes me longer to put a thrift together. I missed my thrift for July, so I'm going to do it this week. These are my writing notes. And this is our eBay side as well as Christmas storage. All this shelving came from the Restore. I do love to support the Restore. But that's how I sort everything for eBay. And eBay is for my son's college fund. It's how he pays the interest on his student loans. And hopefully we will have most of it paid off by the end of 4 years. On the left-hand side, right in front there, that's all craft items. These are my crafting supplies as well. This rolling shelf I purchased last week for $15. I thrifted it at a Missions thrift store. I was able to better organize my crafting supplies, created a lot of room on the shelves on my work desk for my binders for miniatures. That far end is for shipping and the other bins are just personal storage. I do my best to recycle and repurpose my shipping materials. And that is the little corner off of the family room. All those plates my good friend Lisa gave to me. Those belonged to her father and he passed away, and so she gave those to me. And there's our clock china cabinet. I don't think I can put one more teapot in there. But you know I'm going to try. I love those totes. You can't find them anymore. It took me 4 years to collect all of them. I was successful in emptying a lot of totes last year, and I've stored family pictures and things in them that were in boxes. But I used up a lot of my supplies last year. That is raw wool for felting. And those are my Christmas in July boxes for the Putz houses. We're going to get those done. I have 11 of them to do, and I'm getting ready to cut the patterns out for them. July didn't turn out as I had hoped, but there's our first one. That's an upcoming project. That is a 1960s-70s lamp I purchased at the Restore. I have not shared that with you in a thrift yet, but I will. The little brown folding boxes are from the dollar store, and that's how I separate projects that need to be done. I'll know just how many projects I have to do for crafting. So this is how I keep from getting all cluttered. Everything is in a bin, and as I said, it took several years to collect all these bins. They don't make this particular model anymore, and I purchased my last ones just as they were going out of stock. These are the perfumes we have listed. Our eBay store is listed in the description, and you're welcome to visit anytime. That's a project coming up. And there's our shadow box, or our dollhouse box that we found. And that's another one of those folding boxes that I isolate my projects in. I think it's a very easy way to organize things that need to be done. That is for miniature cooking that I have to rebuild the little stove. That's a project coming up. Truly, most everything you see is a planned project or ingredients for a planned project. That cut up fabric is a project on the way. Those are my quilling supplies. I want to try and make a lot of the things for the build out of paper. That was my ultimate goal in the beginning. I will be able to focus more on the smalls for the build in September. It's more raw wool for projects. And let's see. Go around the cross trainer. Just more storage. Those are all projects in the works for the build. That was Christmas in July, which we'll just do Christmas this fall. I did enjoy my visit with my brother, though. This is all wool and fabric for sewing, for rug hooking. This is for picture taking for eBay. 2 large pieces of felt. I have one white, one black. And this is what it looks like. Very simple setup, nothing elaborate. It adheres to Velcro. I have both pieces mounted on a yardstick. This is how we take pictures. And we do get some stunning shots. So this is how we take pictures for eBay. Very simple, very economical. And this is one of 3 vices I have in life. The other's downstairs in the garage. The third one, well, he's shampooing the living room carpet. Yard sale. I have fairy lights that I have to find tops and bottoms for. And here's the glowy bits. A couple things you've not seen. Little sugar bowl. And this wonderful boat. My son Nicholas actually found that for me, which was wonderful because I was trying to replace the amber boat that my mother had. And when she died, my other brother put it at his house because that was his dream boat as a child. And I was very happy to find the green one. It's my Royal Copley collection. And then the Tobackiana collection. Reminds me of my father. That's my mother. And that's her family. My mother's family was from Italy, and my grandfather owned a little Italian grocery store. This is my husband's mother's Bible. She was from Germany. There's my husband on the right many years ago, and that's Sophia and Michael, her husband, my husband's father, and that's Sophia in San Francisco. I never got to meet Sophia. So this is my vanity table, and almost everything you see here is from the thrift store, including the perfumes. If you look carefully, you can find the most wonderful vintage scents. I found a full bottle of Evening in Paris. The blue bottle on the right is Evening in Paris as well, but it is powder. Windsong is my favorite. That's the first perfume I've ever received. I received that from my dad when I was 9. I think perfumes are my favorite things to thrift. I need to find a lid for that vanity bottle. We repaired the incident. My heavy boxes of family pictures were the source of the problem. We started out at the local hardware store to buy 6 supports for the shelf, and my husband learned how expensive they were and why I go to the restore first. At the hardware store, a package of 3 was almost $27, with the tax included. Here's Lavender, our little family room mascot. He has his own little dish for when he comes out to play in the evenings, usually about 9:30 at night. He is my little night owl. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe. Share my thrifting and crafting channel with your thrifting and crafting friends and help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I welcome your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Check us out on Instagram and tap that notification button for upcoming announcements of thrifts and crafts. But most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.